I'm here to talk to y'all about Chevalier. Have you heard of Chevalier? If you have, great. Are you gonna watch it? Okay, then you can just turn this off. This is just me telling people to support, support, support. If you have not heard about it,
What the fuck is that?
we're gonna talk about it. So, Chevalier is inspired by the true story of composer Joseph Bologne, who is Chevalier de Saint-Georges. I really hope I am saying all of that correctly. He was the illegitimate child of a French plantation owner and a slave. Slave owner and a slave. I don't know why I was trying to be a French plantation owner, a slave master and a slave. And he was also like a child prodigy playing the violin. So his father sent him to a like boarding school in France to hone his skills. And he grew up to be a well-known and revered violinist composer, as well as a dope ass fencer. Now, I never heard of no Joseph Bologne, Chevalier, or any of that stuff. However, when I first heard of this project, I found out that he's coined like the Black Mozart, right? In that era, he was like the biggest thing smoking, although he was Black. And obviously like that was absolutely unheard of, but they were fucking with him until they wasn't. And then when he pissed Marie Antoinette off, she said, get him out of here. And so they basically erased him from history because she just stopped fucking with him. So although over France, he was like known as this Black Mozart, we never heard of him. And so I was just like, what? Ever since I heard of that story, I was just like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I really want to see this. And then knowing who was a part of it made me even more excited. So basically, you can stop here. If this does not inspire you, if what I said already didn't inspire you to see it, this should. Okay. Director, Stephen Williams. Writer, Stephanie Robinson. Lead actor, Kelvin Harrison Jr. And the music is by Chris Bowers. 10s across the board. Okay, 10s across the board. Black on black on black on black on black. Listen, I love all people. I support pretty much everything. Black, white, Spanish, Asian. I support all projects. I love, like, I just love TV and film. But like black on black on black on black, this is a black ass project. So immediately I'm just like, what? You're telling us a story that we never heard of, and in front and behind the scenes, it's giving, can we get over the $100 million mark? I'm absolutely no expert. I have this theory that more Black films should cross over the $100 million mark in the box office. And it's a theory that was derived from when The Woman King came out. So The Woman King came out and I absolutely loved it. I still to this day argue with your mama. I think it was the best film of 2022. I don't care what anyone says. Like, there were a lot of great films. Like it was neck and neck with everything. Okay, that's a lot. Everything Everywhere All at Once was absolutely the best picture. I loved it 100% across the board. Like, well deserved. Everybody and everywhere, everything all at once deserved everything they got. Like, so let me fix that one up. But second, and was completely disrespected across the board, was Woman King. I felt like Gina Prince Bythewood should have been nominated across the board for every award as best director, because honestly, she is the best. She's been the best. She's been, everything she touches is the best. This is not a let's praise her hour, but like let's praise her hour. And I really felt like Thuso was overlooked. I thought she had an award-worthy performance, but that's just on me. Anyway, so I was like, I'm standing The Woman King. You can look on my platform. I posted it so many times because I thought it was such a good film. And it was another inspired by film. So this is inspired by a true story. The Woman King was inspired by a true story. I will not get into all the shit that pissed me off about how we be our own worst enemy, but I will say I was so upset that it didn't cross $100 million in the box office. And I just knew it would. I just felt like it would. I saw it like 3 times in the theaters. Like, the hell? So I really went to cross, and it is sitting stubbornly at 97 million. Like, it has been pissing me off. I like randomly check it because I'm like, you know what, maybe I missed the notification. But that's a reality. Unfortunately, the reality is that our films just on average, and I could be lying, but I've done enough some odd research to see that like we don't easily cross that, as well as the fact that a lot of our cult classic films, some of our favorite films of all times, bombed in a movie theater. I mean, let me know if you want me to talk about Love Jones. So when I saw Chevalier was coming out and I didn't hear as much fanfare as I felt like I wanted to see it everywhere, not just because I felt like the story itself needs to be told, but spoiler alert, I saw it and it's a fucking good ass movie. So I was me doing my part, go see it. I'm not gonna give I'm not gonna give a review on it. I'm not gonna go 100% into like how I truly feel, but it's just one of those things that like support. Day one, I would love goals. Okay, this is my own personal goal, but like if we can, if whoever sees this video, like, you know what, I support your goals. I'm gonna help the cause. Go to the movies this weekend. Let's hit it number one in the box office. And this is no shade. This is honestly no shade to anybody. No shade, I swear. Me seeing someone buy out a theater for the film. Now, I saw someone post about buying out a theater for the film. And so basically what happens when someone buys out the theater, you just got to sign up and you can go. The whole theater is paid for. I love that. I think like honestly, as Black creatives, that's something we should always do, especially when it comes to theaters in low income neighborhoods, because I think our story should be seen by us, whether we can afford it or not. So like when I say, oh, support, it's not if you got your last dollar, but it's like, okay, if you have it, and I know we have it, don't wait for it to be free, support it now. I know we think, oh, well, somebody else gonna see it. No, all of that matters. So when I saw a platform post that they bought out a theater, number one, I think it's dope because I think it's a history lesson. Everybody should see it. But whenever I see those, I always feel like it's a fish fry when somebody dies and they don't have life insurance. So not saying that it's a bad thing, but it's saying like, okay, well, if the marketing is there, we don't necessarily have to buy out a theater unless we're doing it for like students or just because, and I don't know the reasoning behind buying out a theater, but for me, not seeing a lot or not knowing enough, I just automatically just assume like, okay, fish fry again. I love us and I love our projects. I do, yo. I love all our projects. Even the ratchet ones, I love all our projects. But it's just like, when are we going to start matching dollar signs with our content and our creativeness and our culture and our talents, you know? And so I have no idea. Tons. It could probably be racking up money right now. But you know what? If this video makes 10 more people buy a ticket, I'm cool. Or if this video pisses off so many people, my bad. But like I felt it heavy on my spirit, and I was like, you know what? Let me say something, because y'all, I'm still like bring up the Woman King to me. Bring it up. First thing I'm gonna say is, ain't cross over 100 million. Like, it pisses, like, y'all have no idea how much that really just, like, I sit and I ponder it. And the worst part about the Woman King not crossing over is the fact that so many people that I know on a personal level didn't see it in movie theaters for whatever reason. And trust me, I've heard so many dumbass reasons. They all saw it on Netflix, and every last one of them was like, yo, that shit was good. And that's the part that pissed me off. Like, it was like one of those things that the reason I didn't say watch it and support it was because, oh, I just want to support Black films. Listen, it be a struggle sometimes. Not every film is good, and that's across the board from any creative. But it's just more so the fact that, like, I knew this film was good. And then, you know, I was invested in the Woman King. I ain't even gonna hold you. So I heard that the women in the Woman King were like working out hours and hours and hours every single day over months. I work out. I understand the endorphins that you get. Like, when I work out, when I'm working out and I get through like a rep or whatever, I feel like I could conquer the world. It starts my day off, and trust me, I hate working out. Like, waking up, I go so early because I hate it. So I wake up and I get up and I immediately go before my brain realizes like, what the fuck are you doing? But then when I get started, swear, as soon as I get started, I'm like, yes, we in here. I just be in there like, you could do whatever. I feel like I could conquer the world. So knowing that they worked out that like extremely hard, and they trained martial arts. My dad trains martial arts, been doing it for 40 years. So I'm just like, To me, a project that stands on that type of standing plus produces that type of result in the film. Yeah, every time somebody talks about it, I'd be like, it ain't make over 100 million. Like, it pisses me off. It's gonna piss me off until if it ever does. I don't think it will, but yeah, I'll put it back in the theater so people can watch it, so we can cross over. I don't know. But it's just like, it's one of those things that like I sit and I ponder. And so I have no idea how good or bad Chevalier is gonna do today in theaters this weekend, moving forward this entire theatrical run. But I'm just sitting here like, well, if I could do my part is to tell people, fucking watch it. Watch it. I don't want to give spoilers away. I'm going to give a review, but watch it because I just think it's a really interesting story to be told. And Stephen Williams, Stephanie Robinson, Kelvin Harrison Jr., Chris Bowers, 10s across the board. So if you have plans this weekend, if you don't, if you have a few hours to kill, make it a date night, make it a group night, make it a solo date. I go to the movies by myself all the time, mainly because I take notes in the movies. But see it with your friends, see it by yourself, see it with your family. Let people know. I think it's a part of history. You know, we talk about wanting to hear our stories. This is our story. I didn't go in depth of that, but like, we want stories. We want to hear more stories about us that aren't about slavery. This is a story about us that isn't about slavery. Yes, slavery is involved because honestly, anything about our history, it's kind of impossible to talk about slavery because it happened across the globe and it's just a part of us, but it doesn't sit on that. And these are the stories we want to know. So you want to know more of these stories? You got to support the stories that are here. You want to see more of us in front and behind the screens? You got to support ththose that have put out in front and behind the screens. And yes, I am talking about Chevalier, but I mean that across the board. And if you follow Blex Media on any of my social platforms or my website, which when you see me say click the link in bio, it's because I get paid for traffic. I do not get paid to post on my socials. If you follow me on any of my platforms or on my website, then you understand like the missioning behind what I'm trying to do, and that's celebrate and support and highlight us in front and behind the scenes. Whew. Yes. So if you have plans, if you don't have plans, if you can, make sure you go and you see Chevalier in theaters. And then let me know your thoughts. If you think I'm effing crazy and it was terrible, I still want to hear it. If you thought it was amazing, tell a friend and then let me know. And yeah, let's just roll to 100 to 100 million. That don't make no sense. All right, just roll to 100 million. Roll to number one in the box office. All that good shit. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.